The Blizzard development team has just taken a ton of feedback in developing a new map in the Galapagos Island. They did this on the Play Overwatch Twitch stream, and they were having a bunch of people run polls, and they would basically answer questions like how much natural cover should we have? How many jump pads should we have? How extreme should the verticality be? All kinds of stuff. They basically just let the community decide the major key fundamentals of the map, and it was a pretty awesome thing to see. Christmas time is here, and Santa has left in your stocking an easy and quick way to get to GM. There has never been a better time to get your membership to GameLeap.com. You can use code SANTA at checkout and get 50% off. Not only that, not only will you get access to everything, but 10 people will be picked for a free VOD review from our top coaches. That is an insane amount of value, so hurry up and click on the link right now and get your membership today. Now, I'm pretty sure that this is going to make it into the game in the long run. They were a little bit vague on the wording, like they didn't really want to commit either way to guaranteeing that this is going to be something that we see come to the live servers, or at least not to like the actual map pool itself. But the community response was so good that I really don't see why they wouldn't go ahead and try to finish out the map and then release it. Of course, that will be weeks of time because development on this takes a while, but here's the map. It's pretty cool looking. Like I said before, it will be in the Galapagos Islands, which is in South America. It's going to be underwater. It's going to have a Talon-based theme, so definitely some lore that might come out of this sort of a map. And based off of the community votes, they were definitely a lot more interested in a short range, kind of close quarters map. One of the polls was deciding how long should the sightlines be, and the community did not like the idea of Widowmaker's Dream, which honestly I think says something about the map design in general. You know, maps like Havana and Circuit Royale are not very liked by the community, but anyway, I digress. Let's go back into what we have for the map. So this is of course going to be one of the control points that we have. They didn't make all three. It is a control map, so it's mirrored, and they figured that that would be the easiest type to make because you can just sort of mirror it and not have to worry about designing a like very long map like Payload. And honestly, it kind of gives me either some old Halo vibes like Halo 3 or like some Quake vibes with just how vertical it is, all the ramps and the interior doorways and the natural cover. It looks honestly pretty cool. I don't know how great it would be in practice. It looks a little bit small to me, but it definitely looks like it could be an awesome map to actually play on. Now, of course, like I said, what you are looking at is the map maker tool that they use, and it's the most basic textures and things along those lines. If you're familiar with game design, you might recognize the very iconic grid pattern on these boxes and walls. And they've also used some old assets from other maps as well, like the boats, and of course the spawn ships are, you know, those are going to be on pretty much every map, a recurring asset. In any case, this is very interesting to see. I'm glad that the Overwatch dev team is interested in getting their community more involved with something like this. I'm really looking forward to them doing this more often in the future. With this stream, we also got a very nice glimpse into how the map design process actually works, and they talked about some of the things they keep an eye out for when they're designing a map. At one point, they mentioned that spawn points are actually a huge deal because how long it takes you to get back to the control point is a massive part of balancing any of the control maps. And oftentimes, in order to account for this, they'll even use old map layouts to see how much that travel time takes to get back to the middle. The other noteworthy features of this map include the fact that it is of course underwater. It's kind of got an Atlantis sort of vibe, even though it's in the Galapagos Islands. It's not on the island themselves. As I said before, it's also a Talon base, and the day period is nighttime because they've been doing that a lot with Overwatch 2, playing around with what time of day every map is. And of course, these were all done via polls, so it really does give a lot of insight as to what the community likes. I mean, Old Kings Row is one of the all-time classic maps, and most of that map is very windy. There aren't these super far sightlines except for a couple of them, but it really plays like an excellent map as a result of that. So it's no surprise to see that the community likes verticality, likes lots of natural cover, likes the nighttime as well. I mean, they're really just voting on a lot of fundamentals that went into Kings Row. Another big thing was the kill zones, so the spots where you can get booped out of the map or off the map in various ways. That was something that was voted on to be literally permadeath was the option that was voted on. So yeah, it seems like a map like this is going to be a dream for Lucio and Roadhog and, you know, all the characters that have a ton of boosts because it's a bunch of very narrow walkways. But yeah, this is very cool to see. It was only one stage, so maybe they'll come back with another stream where they try to sort of show more development of the other stages of this map. But it's pretty safe to say, in my opinion, that the next map we'll get, or at least a follow-up after the next one of the next two maps is going to be in the Galapagos Island, and we'll probably take a lot of the stuff they used from this stream. Of course, I could be entirely wrong about that because because once again, a lot of the wording they used in the stream was pretty vague. They really did not want to commit to using it as a guarantee, but they seemed much more excited by the end of the stream than they were at the start. And I think that having a clear community feedback will help them, if not, you know, make this map and put it out there, make other maps better. They'll have a better idea of, you know, what does the community, what does the Overwatch player base enjoy playing on. So anyway, I'm very happy to hear that this is a massive step forward from the development team. It's really, really good. This is a huge thing for all of us. One, because it's fun, and two, because it's going to make the game better. And I honestly love these sort of Quake style maps. Like Chateau Gaillard, even though it is a team deathmatch map, is one of my favorite maps in the game, oddly enough. It just reminds me of like those old games I grew up playing. And even though they're, you know, Overwatch is much different than old school Quake or old school Halo, I still think that the map design choices that were made with those maps could see some very real useful implementation in a game like Overwatch. In any case, seeing the map creating tool and the testing tool and being able to see directly what the process kind of looks like and being involved in it was an awesome experience, and I hope they continue to engage with their community at this level, because we honestly had nothing like this in Overwatch 1, so I really am hoping that the devs and the players can come together to sort of, you know, communicate and work on making the game better, making it as good as it can be, because that really does get lost in a lot of AAA titles. So, you know, hopefully we continue to see more of that. In any case, I will be sure to update you guys when they start talking about this map again, and if they develop another stage, or even if they just update this stage with more artwork that isn't so boxy. So be sure to like and subscribe for more news updates and educational content, and I will see you all again very soon. Take care and peace. Christmas time is here, and Santa has left in your stocking an easy and quick way to get to GM. There has never been a better time to get your membership to GameLeap.com. You can use code SANTA at checkout and get 50% off. Not only that, not only will you get access to everything, but 10 people will be picked for a free VOD review from our top coaches. That is an insane amount of value, so hurry up and click on the link right now and get your membership today.